Alright, YouTube. Very nice morning here. It's about 75 degrees. It's kind of getting warm now. It's beautiful blue skies, a little bit of clouds in there. And amongst that, I actually separated the young ones from the mother and dad already. These guys are different. Blue hues with white flights. So as you can see there, he's got white flights also. So I'm gonna see if I can try to breed them. And in the bottom here, of course, I got my droppers. I'm trying to make more of them. Probably about 6 more and I'm done breeding these guys. And I can't really separate one of them because this one's a little too young. I haven't seen her eat by herself. So separating her would be a bad idea. But anywho, like I told you guys in the previous video, when they start eating, you have to separate them because it's very crucial to do that. Because once they start eating by themselves, is basically what they're telling me is they're learning from their mom or their dad to where to get the food. Okay, that is the perfect time to separate them because that's when you introduced the droppers to them. When you separate them, you're gonna isolate them along with the droppers. It's like wherever the droppers are is where they go. So basically, the droppers become their foster parent on teaching them where to eat. And here they are, along with droppers. Okay, so there are my droppers right here. So as you can see, there's 5 of them here, and the young ones are right here. So they're learning. Oh, who are these guys? You know, probably yes, they are the ones for you to learn. And you can also see, I don't know if you can see here, their eye color is starting to change. Come on, focus. I won't focus what I asked. But it's okay. Well, as you can see it there. They're the young ones. Along with the droppers. That is the very critical part is when separating them. Because if you don't separate them in time, what happens is they're going to start learning on their own. Once they start learning on their own, what's the use of the droppers? You can't drop them, you know? So they're going to learn that when feeding time, droppers are always around. I usually keep them with the droppers about a week or 2, depending on how fast they react to the food. Once they react very fast to the food, then that's when I start training them outside. So basically at day 38, they should be able to be flying by themselves already. Or actually day 40. I usually do day 40. Some people, they, you know, a little earlier than that. As of right now, you're supposed to, I'm also like exposing them to the outside so they would know what the areas are. So there are the droppers here. And that's the young ones, so I separated them. And amongst all that, my flyers are here. Ouch! What in the world? So here's the flyers. So pretty much getting good, getting their body weight back. I kind of had to drop back on flying them every other day. I had to drop back a little bit longer than that because what I'm noticing is their body fat is basically being used quite a lot. So right now, what do you call it? Their body fats are almost down to 50%. I flew them the day before yesterday. It did about 5 hours. Then next thing I know, when I grabbed them, they lost a lot of body fat. So I have to drop back down. That's actually also crucial to flying these birds. Most of the flyers that I know nothing about their body weights. Oh yeah, you gotta fly them every other day, but hello, let's think about the content of what they're eating, you know? So that's actually plays a crucial too of knowing how and when to fly them or how much their body can take on. You'll notice in 2 to 3 days, usually I fly them every 3rd day, so it gives them 2 days to regain most of those back. And they do gain most of those back. So you'll see the difference, because these birds I made right here are like, I know almost every single thing that needs to know about them, and people are telling me this and telling me that. Sorry, not working. So I'm going with my regimen, not what everybody else is saying. So here they are, and they're doing good. So see how much. So I have their feeding cups right here. So I only got 4 of them already. I separated one of them because it wasn't doing what I wanted him to do. He flies, but then again, not like these guys. These guys clock for a little bit longer, especially this male. Too bad I sold the brother though. He and the brother are the only ones that ever came out of the nest, both males. Other than that, it was a female and a male, female and a male at all times. So, see if I can feed these guys. Like what I said before also, when you're feeding them, there's a regimens to feed them on what type of feed when flying and not flying. Like I said, that part I'll make a video of that, but now it's not the right time to do it because these guys are already learned how to fly. So, however, the young ones that I'm training right now is just stand by, you know. Basically, I'll get to that part because a lot of people is asking me what type of feed you give them, when do you give them, how you give it to them. Well, this is how I give it to them, plain and simple. Come on. Have you noticed they're not really jumping into the feed now? Because it's the second day that I'm giving them the right nutrition. Because other than that, if they're hungry, they will jump on it. You don't want to keep them hungry. Before you fly them, you want to keep them very, very satisfied, because if they're hungry when you fly them, they're not going to do the hours you want. So, alright. That's my flyers. They're feeding right now. And I'll also let you guys know the amount of feed that I usually give them. So, there's actually an egg in there. Oh, there it is. See? She laid an egg already. And she's almost to the second one. See how her back is, rear end is a little bit hatch, what do you call it, sticking out there? It means that the second egg is almost dropping. And her too, she's almost there. And I haven't seen a mate though, so I don't know. So they're looking good. Young ones are big now, getting there. And today I'm no flying because the reason being for that, the flyers need to rest for a couple of days. So as of now, I got one's training, and these guys are ready to go. And right now I still got their wing strap. Probably I'll let them out. I'll probably remove them within a day or two here. So, oh, and if anybody wants it, I am letting go a couple of males again, because I need to really cut down on the stock here. And I don't want to let go of the 2 white prints that I have, but I may have to let go one of them. So there's a few here that I'm letting go. One going to use, actually 2 going to use, and that one. And where'd the other one go? That male down there. This one. This one. And I'll make another video so if you guys can see a lot better than that. And also this white head right here. So about 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 males. So if you guys can just hold on and see what I can get you guys. Let me know if you're interested. I'll make another video so you guys can make another better clearly seen there. But this one is not banded, so usually this type of color it goes pretty quick. First come, first serve, basically. So these are the males. Got a few of them, quite a bit of them here, so I gotta cut down on them. So, however, the young ones are up here. I can't really let them go yet. I don't want to let them go yet. I mean, and if somebody is telling me that they want a couple of males from me, or females, but sorry guys, the females usually the ones I always keep. But the males, however, it just depends on a certain time that they do. They do quite a bit, then I keep them. So that's what we got here. Okay, all right, you guys. Till next time.